Google AdWords campaigns, I've got to say, how do you know it's working? What is your goal for your campaign? That will tell you whether or not your campaign is working. Now, on a Google AdWords campaign, unless you're sneaky and smart, you cannot, I shouldn't say smart, unless you know what you're doing, you cannot track your sales from Google AdWords to Amazon. So there is a way to do it, but most folks are just not going to know about the way. So I'm going to guess that you're not tracking your sales from AdWords to Amazon, all right? So it can't be that's not working for you anymore. Is it that you're not getting clicks on your ads? Is it that what's not working for you anymore? Is it that your sales of your product has decreased and you think maybe it's got something to do with your AdWords? Is it that? So I guess what I'm trying to say, Simon, is right now you're guessing. In my estimation, you're going to be guessing about whether or not something is working, all right? And guessing is a really fast way to lose money, in my experience. Not a great thing to do. So instead, think about what it is you're actually trying to achieve, have a goal for your campaign, and start with that. And then you'll know for sure if you're meeting your goals of your campaign. That's very, very important and applies to everything, not just Google AdWords, of course. So let's just suppose, now I've given you my little rant, let's just suppose that maybe your campaign is not getting many clicks, and it hasn't got many clicks for the last week, and you're like, what the hell's going on? My campaign's not getting any clicks anymore. A click, let's just show you. So vitamin C serum, Amazon. So that's an ad, an advert right there. Well, if I clicked on that, that would be a click. So you can track that in AdWords. So maybe it's that. Well, if that's the thing that you're worried about, 1 week's worth of data is nowhere near enough. So let's just take what just happened, the royal wedding. So the royal wedding in England, on the campaigns that we were running on AdWords, some of our products bombed, like dived, not like zero, well, not quite zero, but certainly they died in the arse as far as the campaigns went on AdWords, all right? And so if we would have looked at that specific week and said, is AdWords working? We would have gone, no, AdWords does not work. AdWords isn't working. What's going on? But it's a royal wedding, and so it changed things. Other campaigns, royal memorabilia, for instance, went nuts. Everybody was trying to buy it all over Europe. And if we would have, again, looked at that and said, ooh, is AdWords working? Well, yes, it is. That's awesome. We're gonna pile money into it now because it really works. Again, not smart. So you've got to take it from an overview over a period of time, extended period of time, and then work out your averages based on that. So you ignore your day-to-day and even week-to-week variations and instead focus on the overall trend of your campaigns, okay? So if you're not getting clicks, then have you got other competitors in your market? Have you, if you have, then you've got to go and outsmart them, outbid them, outsmart them. Either of those two things will work. Usually it's best just to outsmart them, and that's easy to do on AdWords when you know how. If you're not getting clicks, then maybe something's happening in that country and you haven't been aware of that. You've got to keep your eye on the news in the country, for instance. Could be that, could be just a seasonal variation, could be any number of things. So I guess I don't have enough information to give you a really good answer for that, Simon, but I hope that's giving you some things to think about for your own particular things. So Simon says, yes, my sales have dropped. Well, how are you attributing that to your Google AdWords? I mean, unless you're tracking one to another, how are you attributing the two? How do you know that your AdWords is making you sales? How do you know that? Unless you're tracking that, there's no way you can know. You're guessing. And again, For me, I don't like to guess. Guessing is a really fast way to lose money for me. So if your sales have dropped, then if your sales have dropped and the number of people who are clicking on your adverts has also dropped commensurately, like your clicks have dropped by 10% and your sales have dropped by 10%, then there is some correlation between those two things, but correlation does not equal causation. It's not true to say that the one begets the other. But it's certainly something you can go look at, and if that's the case, then increase your bids and just try and out-market the other people and see what comes off that, Simon. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.